Hi, you're watching Video 101. What does video cost? I'm John Crossman. Thanks for watching. Today we're continuing our discussion about pre-production, and today we're talking about crew. So as a ballpark figure, I would say you would expect to pay about $500 a day per crew member. Now, some will get a little more, some will get a little less, and your crew can be any size from if you're doing a one-person band kind of thing, you're probably going to pay, more than $500 for them plus the equipment. And that's the other thing to keep in mind, is that the $500 doesn't include equipment. Many shooters, if not all shooters, have their own camera, and that's something you talk to them before. Obviously, you hire them as to what gear they have, and is that the kind of gear you're going to need to do the kind of video that you want to do. But that's your ballpark, about $500 a day. Some people will get a little less, some people get a little more, but that is your ballpark. So what size crew do you need? Well, the advantage of a small crew, a one or two person crew, is that you can move pretty quick. So if you're trying to get many places around the building in one day, a smaller crew will help you accomplish that. If you have 5 or 6 people that you've got to, drag them and their stuff from place to place, it does slow you down. So the shots that I've shot in factories, some of that I've shared here in this series, I'm just shooting on my own. The camera is picking up the sound of the machines. There's no on-camera dialogue. There's really no on-camera sound to speak of for most of it. And so I can comp a shot. Once I've got it, I move on to the next shot. And so I can really get a lot done in a day of shooting in a factory that way. If I had even a sound person, it's going to slow me down. And you have to ask yourself in pre-production, is it really critical that you have, sound person kind of sound, which would be better than my camera sound, there's no question. But do you really need that in your final video or not? On the other hand, you might have access to the CFO or the founder of the company, but you've been told they only have a half an hour. And so you have to get in there, get the gear set up, and get ready to go, do the interview, and then leave in a half an hour. Well, asking one person to, unless you want to just wing it without lights and without somebody monitoring the sound critically. I mean, a shooter would still monitor the sound, but every second that they're concentrating on sound is a second that they're not concentrating on the image. And so that may be a case where for, half a day, when you're going to do the interviews, or if you've got a series of interviews, that you want to make sure they're lit nice, that the people really look their best, and that the sound is, good, because it's the only chance you're going to have to get it. It might be worth hiring a crew for that day and planning your production in such a way that, these hard to get, these critical things you're getting with a bigger crew, that gives you a chance to have a more quality control during the actual shoot. And then the rest of the time, maybe you don't need that big of a crew. This is what you figure out in pre-production. And that's how crew impacts the cost of the video. Again, equipment is separate. Once you talk to a camera person or whatnot, they can often lead you to other people if you decide. I would ask them, whoever you hire to shoot, to also consult with them as to, are there certain parts of the shoot where it would be to your advantage to have a bigger crew. Obviously, if you're shooting actors and multiple things, you might need someone to help wrangle people. You might need hair, you might need makeup, you might need catering, and these are the kind of things that you figure out in your pre-production discussions. So that's crewing quickly, and how it impacts the cost of the video and what you talk about during your pre-production or planning process. You're watching Video 101. I'm John Crossman, and thanks for watching.